Alright, how's it going, everyone? We are here for SPS week number 3. We are the Memphis Greninjas going up against the Rotterdam Swalots and StannyB. We're 2-0, ranked 3 in the league. Something tells me it's not gonna last too long, but at the same time, we'll try our best and we'll see how everything goes. As you can I don't know if you tell if you have. Okay, anyway, I don't know. We have Slaking on our team now, obviously, because you see him on the screen, but also, um, well, you see him twice on the screen. But basically, the story with that was, I was looking at my opponent's team and I saw Vigoroth, so I'm like, I wonder how many points Slaking is. So, I went to the old doc and I looked up Slaking in the draft board, and nothing came up. So I let the mods know basically, and my reward for finding that Slaking wasn't on the dock was that I could have it for 1 point. So I'm like, okay, let me get rid of my other normal type Dunsparce for Slaking. So it actually worked out pretty well. And I don't know, I'm just gonna it's a Slaking, but we're just gonna have fun with it. Maybe we can put in work with it. We'll see. Um, so yeah, looking at my opponent's team, he's got a Mew, Mega Aerodactyl, Toxapex, Scizor, Thundurus, Tipality. You can look at the rest of the team. It's on the screen right there. So as far as hazards, my laptop is really being loud today. I don't know what all that's about. But he's got a lot of hazards with Mew. He's got Stealth Rocks, Arrow, T-Spikes, Toxapex, Stealth Rocks Hippo, Stealth Rocks Clefairy, and I believe that's it. Maybe Carnivine gets Spikes. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so a lot of hazard threats with that. He's also got hazard removal on Mew, Aerodactyl, Scizor, Thundurus, and that's it. So I don't know if Mew, again, I don't know if Mew gets Rapid Spin, but whatever. Mew's a real wild card. Obviously, we're gonna have to watch out for that Pokemon. It's gonna be a huge threat, I think. Um, it could definitely run an offensive set, and it really gives Mega Medicham a hard time because it doesn't really. It's got such good natural bulk, 100 HP in defense that he really doesn't have to invest that much to be able to take 2 hits and kind of deal with me that way. So while also running like a Dragon Dance set, so gonna have to watch out for that for sure. Mega Aerodactyl's a huge threat. Toxapex can be a pain in the ass, especially with Haze. Um, Scizor, like Banded Scizor, tough to switch into, especially when Moltres has a shit matchup. Um, and yeah, Hippowdon is a little, in my opinion, a little out of place, but at the same time, I used Hippowdon in IGL when it was kind of out of place. And, well, yeah, okay, I didn't really realize, I kind of forgot about the Mega Aerodactyl, so it does give Mega Aerodactyl a SPF boost, which could, in the sand, which could really help if it wants to set up. So, but yeah, that's the team, pretty solid looking team. Now let's look at what I am planning on bringing. I'm having the battle uh, later today, so I want to make sure that you know this team is well prepared. So this is the team I have right now. If I end up changing it, I will certainly let you know before the battle. Last 2 battles I've actually not done that. I've done that during the battle, but I'll try to remember. So anyway, we have the SpitF Slowking here, or Slacking, not Slowking, Slacking. Bulk Up, Slack Off, Body Slam, and Earthquake. It's so silly. It's so silly. But yeah. I mean, as long as he doesn't phase me with Hippowdon, or toxic me with anything, um, or trick me with Chandelure, we could maybe do something with this Pokemon. We're Spit F, so we can take hits from Chandelure pretty well. I mean, look at this thing's stats. It's really worst stat is Spit F. And other than that, we're doing a lot of damage to some things. Um, while not being invested. We can take hits from Chandelure pretty well, as long as it's not like modest specs kind of thing. Hopefully we don't get set up on by like Mew. If it's like Nasty Plot Mew, that's a problem. But his special presence is not that much. He's got Thundurus, Shandy, and Mew. If we look at my team, he doesn't have really a reason to run Focus Blast on Thundurus outside of Slaking. Um, Problem is, if he runs Protect on anything, it kind of forces us out. Like Baneful Bunker on Toxapex could be annoying. If he runs Protect on anything, that's going to stop us from sweeping. So definitely something we have to watch out for. But you know what? I want to bring it, and I want to see if I could do anything with it. So we're gonna try to do that. At the same time, we might, if they don't have toxic, we honestly just might be able to stall out the protects. I'm actually curious how many power points does protect have? It has 16. Slack off also has 16. So we could bulk up as we predict their protect and stuff like that. So of course body slam hits everything but Chandelure, and I guess Scizor doesn't hit too well. Aerodactyl doesn't hit too well. So we're just gonna go for Earthquake there. Try to hit the Shandy a little bit better. Aerodactyl, I don't know. I'm actually going to change this to a dark type. Problem is we don't get many good dark type moves. I'm going to change it to Night Slash though, because that way we can hit Aerodactyl a little bit better. This thing is really, I feel like my laptop's about to blow up. I've never heard it this loud. But anywho, I guess we can close a few tabs. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Whatever. What's open here? Trying to figure this out. Okay, anywho, what if we do this? What if we force quit that? Maybe that'll help it. Next up is the Electros, max HP, max special attack, or sorry, max special defense, Assault Vest, knock off U-turn, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch. Like I said, his special presence is not that large outside of mainly Thundurus and Shandy. So I felt like if I run a special defensive Assault Vest Electros, that might work pretty well. Knock off U-turn, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch. I might just lead with this thing and try to knock off Hippo's item. If it wants to like go for Stealth Rocks and then phase me around, that might be an issue. But just the main thing is I want to be able to knock off items. The only Pokemon that doesn't get its item knocked off is going to be Aerodactyl, which doesn't really want to take a Thunder Punch too much. And yeah, just slowish U-turns. It's gonna be pretty nice. I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna make another change right in front of your eyes. Minus speed because I want to outslow Hippowdon. So that if I go for 4 Hippowdon with this newly discovered speed, I'll know that he's going for Whirlwind. Unless he's also min speed, which would just be weird. But forgot to nickname the next 3, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, we got the, oh wait, no, this is the Dawn, that's right. Okay. Fizz Def, Rock Slide, Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, and Rapid Spin. Kind of my best answer to Mega Aerodactyl. Rock Slide does enough to where if he wants to roost, like he's gonna have to roost if he wants to set up too much on me, and then if I predict that and go for Earthquake, we kind of just knock him out. He has to run a good amount of speed for Spectrier, which is nice, and yeah, I mean basically just here for that Mega Aerodactyl. Also nice for Scizor, but I can't really stay in against Scizor if it tries to set up on me. And you know, on the off chance that Thundurus doesn't run like Grass Knot, I don't know, that might work. But yeah, just trying to get up rocks and trying to keep them off my side of the field with this Pokemon. Next up is Spectrier, with Choice Scarf, Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, Dark Pulse, and Uproar. Problem with, you know, the problem with this Pokemon in general is that Will-O-Wisp is really my only answer to Scrafty. I learned the hard way in a mock. I went for Uproar, and I didn't know it actually locks you in. It's kind of like Outrage. It locks you in, but it's only 90 base power, so it's not going to be doing that much, and I'm basically just losing if Scrafty isn't under like, if Scrafty's like, you know, at a decent amount of health, I can't 2KO it with Uproar, but I can Will-O-Wisp it. It does get Shed Skin as an ability, so we'll have to watch out if he's not Intimidate. He's probably Shed Skin. I don't know if he'll bring a sweeping Scrafty on this team. He's got enough offensive presence as is. So if it's not Intimidate, I'm predicting it to be Shed Skin because he'll know I'll want a Will-O-Wisp on the Scrafty switch in, or the Vigoroth switch in, either way. So yeah, and then Scarfed is just nice because I can outspeed like Mega Arrow, I can outspeed Mew after a Dragon Dance, I can outspeed Scarfed Shandy, I could probably outspeed Scrafty after 2 Dragon Dances, which would be cool. But yeah, that is the set. Also Scarf Thundy, but you know, it's mainly there for Mew and Arrow to be Choice Scarfed, and hopefully if we weaken Scrafty enough, and if Vigoroth is either dead or doesn't come, we can just start shadowballing things at the end. And this is Fargo. Next up is Nova, the Tapu Fini. I'm gonna make you shiny. You look cool as a shiny Pokemon. Yeah, max HP, max Spatak. This Pokemon has some potential in my opinion. Unaware, actually does, no, Clefairy doesn't get unaware, never mind. But yeah, we can definitely Calm Mind on things. We can Taunt, which is the biggest good thing for something like Toxapex, because Toxapex could haze us. It could honestly just stall out the Misty Terrain and then Toxic us. It could recover up. Hippowdon could also Toxic us. It could also try to Whirlwind. Clefairy can be annoying. So yeah, just in general, Taunt is nice as a deterrent from deterring my Finny. So yeah, so that's nice. And I just felt like, I could Speed Creep Mew, but that would be a lot of EVs, and I really want the extra bulk to be able to take hits from like Thundurus. Like if we get one Calm Mind up, we have the Whack Berry there, so we can take a hit from Thundurus. I do feel like Thundurus it's a likely bring. With like U-Turn, I could definitely see it, and or just Volt Switch and Grass Knot for Donphan. And if the Thundurus switches right in as we go for Calm Mind, I want to be able to take that hit well, and so that's what the Whack Berry is there for. And yeah, just trying to set up on things. Originally I had Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Stored Power, and Draining Kiss, but that was before I realized that Toxapex got Haze, or I honestly just forgot that Toxapex got Haze. So instead we changed it to Taunt instead of Iron Defense, and then Surf, just because I want to be able to actually kill the Thundurus. If it's at like 70% or something, and we have a Calm Mind up, we can just knock it out. Instead of going for Draining Kiss, we burn the Whack Berry and then we Draining Kiss. We don't kill him, and then he can go for another just unprotected Thunderbolt, and that's a problem. So definitely want to have the Surf there. It's also nice for for regular Scizor, and it's nice for like Shandy, and yeah. So hopefully this Finny can put in work for us. Last but not least, we have Medicham. This is This is the last slot. I'm not really sure if this is the kind of set I want to bring, but we'll see. I have almost max HP, max attack Adamant with a little bit of speed in case Mew runs a little bit of speed. We want to maybe outspeed that. High Jump Kick, Psycho Cut, Bullet Punch, and Focus Punch. So basically, Psycho Cut is nice for Toxapex over Zen Headbutt because if he goes for Baneful Bunker, which actually did happen in a mock, Psycho Cut is not contact, is a non-contact move, so I'm not gonna take the poison damage, or I'm not gonna get poisoned from Baneful Bunker, which is also a move he could bring for something like Slaking, if he wants to just shut down Slaking, because he goes for Baneful Bunker, and then I have to Truant, and then he can go for Baneful Bunker the next turn, so, or just Protect on things, and, so if he wants to be able to poison me, and just kind of scout for what kind of set I am, I can definitely see that move coming, so that's why I'm bringing this Psycho Cut. High Jump Kick is just to do as much damage as possible to things. Bullet Punch is nice for Mega Aerodactyl, hits that thing really hard, especially with my Adamant nature. And then Focus Punch is nice because I think, like, my instinct tells me that he's going to run, a set with Mew that basically he'll outspeed. I don't know, I'm just spitballing at this point, but he'll run enough speed to outspeed Spectrier after a Dragon Dance, and then the rest goes into like max attack, and then the rest in HP or defense or whatever, or just enough EVs to where he can comfortably live 2 Adamant High Jump Kicks, enough to comfortably not get 2 KO basically. So my hope is that he'll run that, but that he won't be expecting the Focus Punch. So let's say I'm in against Scrafty, and I go for Focus Punch as he brings in the Mew. That's going to do enough to where a High Jump Kick can follow up, and he might not think that I'm Focus Punch and High Jump Kick on the same set. So that could be really, he might think, oh, if he's Focus Punch, he's going to be Drain Punch, and then I can Roost up. So it's a very specific situation, but I feel like it could work out. This was originally a Alolan Muck with like a Resto Chesto Recycle set, but I changed that to this because I feel like this might be able to work. I really wanted to use Mega Medicham because I was having problems with Toxapex in my mocks, and Mega Medicham is definitely a deterrent for Toxapex, especially if we have the Misty Terrain up. So yeah, that is the team. Again, still looking at it, still trying to see what is right and what is wrong, honestly. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the team builder. I'm way over the time limit that I set for myself, like 15:30 at this point. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Wish me luck. Hopefully we can stay undefeated, and I will see you guys in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle, going up against StannyB and the Rotterdam Swalots. He brings a team of Mew, Mega Aerodactyl, Scrafty, Toxapex, Thundurus, Incarnate, and Scizor. So, right before the battle, actually my opponent had already challenged me, and I just went to the dock real quick, and I wanted to see how accurate I could be if I just predicted the 6 that he brought. And I was actually 5 out of 6. The only one I didn't predict in the 6 was the Thundurus. I thought he'd bring Chandelure. But like a Scarf Chandelure I could definitely see coming to this matchup. But he's probably scared of the Muck in prep. So, yeah, looking at this team, nothing I didn't exactly prepare for, of course. He did not bring the Hippowdon, Chandelure, obviously, Clefairy, Vigoroth, or Carnivine. No 5 of those came to the battle, obviously. So, looking at the team matchup, looking at what I want to lead with. I'm going to lead with Electros because that's the one I've been kind of leading with mainly in my battles, in like my mocks at least for this battle. Just because it looks the most expendable, honestly, and it's nice to just lead off with a nice knockoff or something. Being min speed here, I changed that in the team, but it doesn't really help me much here because he didn't bring Hippowdon, and I don't think I even outspeed Toxapex even being min speed. Actually, I probably do, or I probably outslow Toxapex still, so that's good. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get the battle going. But yeah, just leading Electros, it's a pretty safe lead. And another thing is, like, it's my most expendable mon on this team, honestly, because it's really only here for Thundurus. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the battle right now. I'm going to lead with, well, he leads Thundurus, which is great for us, because, I can just basically get a knockoff off freely. He U-turns, that damage tells me he's a little bit offensive on the physical side, which is fine. I go for knockoff. Knock off the Mew's leftovers, which is great. That damage tells me he's like max HP with about 100 EVs in defense. So then he soft boils as I U-turn. This is fine. I can go to Spectrier, no Cassie Berry or anything, and I'm gonna hard predict this Scrafty and go into the Tapu Fini. That play works out perfectly for me. He shows no Intimidate, so he's probably Shed Skin to get rid of the Will-O-Wisp, like I talked about in the team builder. I get a free Calm Mind up as he brings in Mew. This is fine with me. I'm just gonna click Surf, predicting probably a taunt. I could definitely see a taunt. That is what he does, and he's gonna try to soft boil stall me. But I am max attack or max special attack modest, and at +1, that's just doing too much damage to him. So he's just gonna, stop doing that and just hit me with a Seismic Toss. And yeah, Mew's going to go down. So and my taunt wears off, which is nice. Now he brings in Scizor. I'm thinking I don't really want to switch into Donphan because I can get set up all over with that. So I'm just going to stay and go for Surf. Does a lot of damage, tells me he's like max HP, maybe not even max HP. And I know I can take a Bullet Punch at this point, as long as he doesn't get like a crit. So that's 2 kills for Finny right off the bat. Well, not right, like turn 9, but yeah, he goes into Thundurus here. I'm actually going to switch because I know he's going to go for an Electric type move. He can't risk going for a U-turn and not knocking me out. And I want the Finny around for the Scrafty still. So he goes for U-turn as I'm going to get the slower U-turn off, which is great. I can just bring in Finny again. This is exactly why I kept it. So I can just fire off a Draining Kiss. If he goes into Toxapex, we're not too worried about that, to be honest. As he does go into Toxapex, and I'm just going to click Taunt here because I don't want him to do anything but attack me. I want him to attack me because, actually no, this turn I go for Calm Mind because there's no reason to haze at that point. But he actually shows out the Poison Jab, so I'm like, well, shit. That means I can't set up against that Pokemon, which is really annoying. Which kind of knocked me off guard a little bit, but I just bring in Mega Medicham. I go for the free Psycho Cut, and that does a lot. As he clicks Poison Jab, can't get poisoned because we're in Misty Terrain. That damage tells me he's mostly physically defensive, but not fully. And I'm just going to go for the high jump kick in case he wanted to switch into Scrafty there. And I knock it out, which is awesome. Um, Luckily, I did hit that. That would have been terrible if I missed. But yeah, in comes Mega Aerodactyl. I just go into Donphan as he goes for Dual Wing Beat. That damages Solid Adamant, Max Attack, Aerodactyl. So good to know that. He goes into Scrafty here as I'm just going to get up Rocks. No, I'm sorry. I go for Rock Slide because I didn't want him to set up on me. And yeah, so I do have leftovers, which is nice. He's going to go for Super Fang. Probably should have given Donphan a little bit of speed just to outspeed. Well, never mind. It doesn't matter because I can just Rapid Spin. I go for Rocks that turn just to get some damage on the Mega Aerodactyl later on. I do go for Rapid Spin this turn to boost my speed up. So now I'll be able to outspeed the Scrafty as he knocks off my leftovers. I'm just sacking the Donphan to get damage off basically, and Rocks to get Rocks up. As he goes for Foul Play and it doesn't knock me out, which is awesome. And here I'm going to make a fabulous play. Go for the Rock Slide as I'm predicting him to switch. And I miss, which was awful because that damage on Thundurus would have been huge. But, oh boy. Anyway, he goes for the Grass Knot to knock me out. And then I bring in Slaking. We're fully sped F Slaking so we can take one hit. But he goes for Thunderbolt. He does 30% and I get paralyzed. And then fully paralyzed so I don't hit him with a Body Slam. Which was awful. Truly awful. So then I got a loaf around for one turn. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is just going terribly. He goes for another Thunderbolt. Luckily, I'm able to slack off there, which is great. But here I just don't want to stay in because I don't, I'm really predicting him to go for Thunderbolt. There's really no reason not to. As he just clicks Nasty Plot there. Well, I guess he could have U-turned, but I'm thinking, oh no. But then Grass Knot does like nothing. I probably should have gone for just a Thunder Punch here, but I do knock off his boots, which is nice. And I know all 4 of his moves, so I know he can't Prankster T-Wave my Spectrier. So yeah, I'm just bringing Spectrier here, and I go for the Shadow Ball, hoping that I can 2-hit KO the Scrafty, because I knew the Scrafty was going to come in. But I'm not able to 2-hit KO it, which is a little bit unfortunate. And here I have to switch into Slaking. He makes a pretty good play here and goes for Foul Play, although it probably does just as much as like a fighting type attack. The problem here is that he has leftovers on him, and I can't. If he has Drain Punch, he can knock me out and do so much damage to me. But he actually switches here, goes into Thundurus, as I'm able to actually hit through Paralyzation and I'm able to knock him out with the Body Slam, which is great. He brings an Aerodactyl. I'm really hoping just please, you can set up all you want. Please don't have Dragon Dance. He has Dragon Dance, which sucks because if he had Hone Claws, I would have been able to outspeed him with my Scar Spectrier. But now I gotta hope that I get a crit with Mega Medicham on the Bullet Punch. So he goes for Dual Wing Beat, does knock us out, unfortunately. It's kind of close there, but anyway, my only hope is that I bring in Mega Medicham and crit him, and I do. I actually get a Bullet Punch crit, which to be fair is kind of, Okay, anyway, well, let's just finish the battle because it gets even crazier. Only thing I have to hit this thing is High Jump Kick because I didn't bring Drain Punch. I could have just gone for Bullet Punch to be safe, so that I could just bring in Spectrier and knock him out with Uproar. But I missed the High Jump Kick, he knocks me out with Foul Play, so now I'm like, shit, I just lost. Not doing any calcs at this point, I'm just, whatever, click Uproar, hope, maybe I can take a hit, and I do, I live the knockoff with 13%. He's at, Uproar last one did 27%, I'm praying I don't get Min Roll, and I knock him out with the Uproar, 25%, and we're gonna somehow win that game. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy game. Okay, and I'm just gonna say it was a crazy game. A lot to unpack there. So, basically, the Rock Slide miss on the Thundurus was probably the biggest thing. I wouldn't have if I hit it, I don't knock him out, but I do a lot of damage, which is really significant. Because then I could have just Thunder Punched with the Electros. And also just, what else? I don't really know what I was going to say. Well, yeah, so the fully parried on the Slaking, at that point, after I'd missed the Rock Slide, the Body Slam actually doesn't knock out the Thundurus because I didn't have any attack investment. So I could have still set up on that Thundurus, but he also could have set up on me because of the Truant. But he was only going to do like 60%, so I could, well, that's still a lot of damage. Anyway, And then the miss on the scrap was kind of just, oh boy, you know. Again, I probably could have just bullet punched, um, but I did want Mega Medicham to get that last kill. It's just unfortunate that I had Focus Punch, and I didn't even need it. I never used it. I didn't. Once Mew went down, I'm like, well, that's just a wasted move slot, pretty much. But you know, I'm really glad I got rid of the Toxapex when I did, because the fewer high jump kicks I have to use, the better. Um, and I just didn't want him playing a game of switching between Scrafty and Toxapex over and over. Um, so yeah, really glad I could, you know, do enough damage with Psycho Cut to the point where I could just knock him out with the ensuing high jump kick. But whew, that was a tough one. That was, I mean, my heart was really beating pretty quickly at the end there, and you know, the fact that we lived that was probably because we were Choice Scarf. We were able to put so many EVs into HP and to live that hit, and yeah, it was just, that's a wild ending to pretty hacksy at the end there. I mean, it was pretty free of hacks for a while, until that miss with the rock slide. But yeah, that is going to be the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. What is this? This is going to be around 25, 27-ish minutes probably. And yeah, we are 3-0. I think at the time of recording this, I'm like number one. I'm not like the number one seed, because I don't think many week 3 battles have happened yet. But yeah. Anywho, it's gonna be the battle. GG to Stanny. He definitely played his ass off. Made it really tough for us. And yeah, next week I don't really know who we face, but we're gonna look forward to that and hope to pick up another win. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys there.